Hello, my name's Josh. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I'm divorced. Thanks for coming back to my channel. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about my experience with Christmas this year. And the reason I want to share it is because it's part of the purpose of this channel is to help people feel like they're not alone. And to know that other people kind of go through similar things that are going through a divorce or been through a divorce. So I've been divorced for a little over a year now, and last Christmas, per custody agreements, I had the children, and we have like what's referred to as a standard holiday order, which means one parent gets them for the whole first week of winter break in school, and then the second parent gets them the second week of winter break. But my former spouse and I have kind of made, just personal modifications to that. So last year it was my year with the kids, and so I invited her over for Christmas Day to open presents, and she came, and it was a nice enough experience. And then this year we did things a little bit differently. So it was my former spouse's year. So she let me have the kids for a couple hours on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day I had them more or less the second half of the day. And so me and my kids had a great Christmas Eve. Had some traditions and did the talking about the Savior and kind of trying to discuss the true meaning of Christmas. It was very nice. Then they went back to their mom's house, and then Christmas morning, I went to bed. I didn't put all the Christmas stuff out, and because I knew the kids weren't going to be back in the morning, or were going to be there in the morning, and so I didn't put it out. I figured I'll just put it out tomorrow morning. So I go to bed that night, and then I wake up in the morning, and the very first thought that hits me, which I didn't expect, was there's no one here. And it kind of hit me all at once that this is my first Christmas, definitely since I was married, had kids, that there's no one here at the house. And I felt it pretty deep. And so there was kind of a sadness that I really felt strongly. And I decided, well, I'll get out of bed and I'll start putting up Christmas. And, stockings, the whole 9 yards. And as I was doing that, I felt the heaviness just kind of get heavier. And at one point in time, I kind of broke down and I started to cry. And I just felt so alone. And just sad that my kids weren't there. That I had no one here. And so at that time I said, well, okay, Josh, you need to just try to uplift your spirits some. And so I turned on the BYU channel, and they had the Tabernacle Choir Christmas program. And, they always do a great job. And so the music is always good. The narrators are always good. The guest musical speakers are always good. And so I thought, okay, this is going to be something great. I'm going to watch this as I'm kind of finishing up putting out Christmas. And as I did, they get about halfway through the program and they start talking about family and the importance of family and family gathering and yada yada. And yeah, I just broke down. I just melted down and just kind of wept for a while and just realized that I don't have my family with me at all right now. It was hard. It was really hard. I thought about turning off the program, but I didn't. And the reason I didn't was twofold. One, there was nothing they were saying that wasn't true, that wasn't meant to be uplifting, that wasn't meant to be joyful. And so I just decided I'm going to hear this because maybe this won't help me now, but it's going to help me someday. And the other reason is I felt like I just needed to feel this. And maybe I'm a glutton for punishment, but I just felt inside me that I just needed to feel the feelings and not avoid them, not run from them, but just feel them. And it was tough. Like I said, I just sat on the floor and wept for a while as the program went on, and it just kept reminding me of what's not in my house right now. So after a few minutes, I got up and I finished kind of putting all the details of the Christmas details and stuff out. And the program finished, and I was feeling really low. And so I decided, okay, I just need to go for a walk. And I put on my shoes and I went on a walk. And where I'm at, we don't have church until late in the afternoon. And so I went on a walk, and I listened to one of my favorite talks that I listen to sometimes when I'm down. I kind of have a rotation of talks that I listen to when I'm really feeling low, and I put one of them on, and it was really good. Kind of helped me feel a little bit better. And then, along the way, I kind of ran across a guy during my walk that, I had a brief little 30-second conversation with him, and that was a little bit uplifting, and then I came back home and I was still feeling the sadness. So, and then about that time, it was time to go to church, and I got ready for church, and I was asked to narrate the Christmas program. And it was a little tough, in all honesty, it was hard. I went to church, I got ready, I went to church, and it's hard because everyone there is just so happy, and, and how was your Christmas? And, and, I don't know what to say and not say. So you say, oh yeah, it was great. It was great. But inside I kept thinking, and my ward members are good people. So this is nothing against them, because they are really genuinely good people that I enjoy being around. But I remember some of them coming up and saying, oh, how was your day? And I said, oh, great. And I said, how was yours? And great. And my thought would just say, I know you have your family with you right now. And that was really hard. Sometimes it's hard to put on, I don't feel comfortable at this point, when I am feeling down, always just moping around. I just don't want to do that either. And so, yeah, I just put on kind of I'd say the happy face, and I don't say much, but I just don't, I'm just not in a place where I had time to share it or anything else like that. But I was also truthfully trying to get in the mood to do this narration. I was trying to get myself in a headspace that was good for that. And it turned out, frankly, really well. I think it did. I had to give some closing remarks, and I had been thinking about those, and I hope that went well. But, yeah. But Christmas, and then my kids came over, and we had a great time. My kids we had a great time, and I thoroughly enjoyed that bit that I had with them. But the purpose of sharing this with you is, I'm sure there are people who are either going through divorce or who have been through a divorce who can relate to my experience. And I'm through it. I've had a week to process it, to really get to what was I feeling, why was I feeling it, is there a way to change it next time it happens, is there, kind of walking through a lot of that within myself. And so for me, as challenging as it was, it's been a good learning tool for me also, right? It did, in some ways, it reminded me of the importance of family. And sometimes that reminder is a painful reminder right now. The irony, it was not lost on me that here I am in a beautiful home with beautiful Christmas decorations and all around me. And I was very sad, right? because I didn't have the thing that really mattered. And in the end, that's what's important, is my family. So anyways, I'm sure this will be it was a memorable Christmas. And I hope everyone had a great Christmas. But if you didn't, and it was really sad and really hard for you because of your circumstances, just know that you're not alone, and that there are lessons to be learned from it. And it's painful and it's hard. It doesn't have to, I've tried very hard to remember in myself the saying, we can choose to become better or become bitter, right? And I don't want to be bitter. And so it's a matter of processing this and working through these emotions in a way that helps me grow, that helps me be maybe more empathetic towards others, maybe more sympathetic towards others. It helps me be stronger during other difficult times that will come. And that's okay. I never felt, as much as I missed my family, I never felt like the Savior wasn't aware or anything like that. I never felt, I guess, spiritually let go of, which is great. So that was very helpful. But that doesn't mean that the loneliness doesn't creep in and doesn't just hurt sometimes. So anyways, my name is Josh. I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This channel is not endorsed by the church. All my thoughts are my own. I'm not a therapist, not a counselor, just someone who's been through a divorce. And I hope sharing some of my experiences helps you too. Thanks.